Purnamaste. Purnamaste, beautiful expressions of the source that I am, unique and authentic in your form. Purnamaste means the God that I am gives blessing and honor and glorification to God that I am. You are to you. Yeah, full and complete Purnamaste. Purnamaste, beautiful angels on earth. We are in this love together, and it is never like it is showing the weather. What the weather that is dark has to pass for the glorious morning and eternal spring to rise on earth. And you are angels on earth, and we are in this love together. And I want to bring you the best news regardless the weather. You know, the source truth, higher dimensional truth about what is happening, this panic pandemic in this world, attempt of taking the world over with NWA, New World Order, the lockdown, police state, all this virus spreading, virus that is blown out of proportion and covered with so many lies and fake news. But there is a virus. I don't know. It is. But what did they created it? Yes. To take our rights away? Yes. To offer a solution, which is the greatest problem that they created when they created the problem? Yes, this is what they want. Do we live in a matrix of slavery? Yes. Do they enslave us with fear and control us with fear? Yes. This is what they want. This is third dimensional news. But the light is shining on the darkness. The matrix of this world is divine. It supports light and rejects darkness. It shines lights on the darkness. So whatever they are doing, more they try to control humanity with fear, manipulation, more the light is shining and their darkness is seen on the surface, highlighted, judged by humanity, seen from what it is. Humanity are empowered with the light and see the darkness on the light. It's not as it was 50 years ago in World War II and the Spanish flu and all the kind of, even 9/11, it is not the same. People know that they are enslaved. People know that government do not really love them. Many people know about cabal. Many people know that they are trying to destroy us. But I want to give you the greatest news. It doesn't matter what they try to do, because the light is shining and they want to turn the light off and take power away from humanity. But light is shining on their darkness so humanity can see them and empower them in their divine power, so they can say, we ain't having it. But you know, I want to give you the best news, because for this is, people are getting awakened in this pandemic panic to whatever is wrong in this world, to slavery, to the fact that they don't know themselves. People are getting awakened to the lies that cover the truths and to their divine self. But what about those who are already awakened? I want to give this video out to all us light workers, the best news for those who already awakened. What it means, the best news ever possible, from the source truth, from the higher dimensional truth. This had to happen. The matrix had to stop. The fear had to be spread all over the world, and darkness, the occupation, isolation. For the fact is that many light workers who are awakened, they have been wasting time in the matrix, wasting time and energy in the matrix, supporting the matrix, fueling the matrix, and then wasting that time and the energy, free time and free energy, to the activities in the matrix that are just meant to dumb you down and to keep you, to fuel the machine, the furnace of the matrix. You can burn it like coal in it, and to, many awakened but supporting the matrix out of ignorance, and also wasting their own energy that they don't have to in the matrix. And I was wondering, we need to become sincere, we need to become truthful, we need to really, I was wondering like this, light workers have to wake up and really work on their enlightenment, to release their false self, their attachments, and stop wasting time in the matrix. Because I have been for 20 years in isolation, to work on myself, to meditate, to heal myself, to heal and integrate my shadow self, to bring my unconscious to consciousness, to align with the source, with my true being, release the false self. It was needed. So you can see now. And many light workers, justifying their attachments and running after their attachments in relationships that are totally terrible for them. They get depleted and suffer. Now, in this time, they can see that, this is suffering, because people who they are attached on in a relationship are now suffering in their darkness, and they may be even worse than before. And because all this panic and pandemic panic, their attachments hurt, and they realize, I have to get free of my attachments. I don't want to suffer. I want to be free and in the best condition in these panic times. They can be awakened. Oh, what do I really want? I want to waste time with this person in these relationships. It's suffering. So they can, before this pandemic panic, the wake-up call, which I call the Grand Awakening, they could justify their control, their manipulations, their expectations, their conditions, their resistance. But now there's pressure in the matrix, and they are in isolation, and resistance, attachments, control, manipulation, forcing, all the resistance hurts even more because they cannot do it. Or even people who they could exercise it before are acting terrible, and they are realizing, if I want to get free, I have to stop resisting, stop controlling, stop being manipulating, stop expecting. But this I can do only if I get free of my attachments, because I depend on the energy of the other. And then I suffer even more. And they are like, in these times, I have to free myself to be in the best consciousness myself, and I cannot suffer in attachments and control and resistance. I have to let go of all the resistance. So yeah, shadow self, fears, guilt, attachments, dependency, control, manipulation are highlighted, and we can see them. You can see them sincerely, and you want to get free. It's a wake-up call. Matrix has stopped. There's no time to waste. Yeah. And people may just awakened light workers may just know I have to free myself, I have to work on myself, and these shadows, these attachments of the shadow self are just keeping me in suffering. Oh no, 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 no. So you see, they stop wasting time maybe in relationships that make them suffer, they let go of their attachments, they get free. They heal their shadows and they can fly free in this pandemic panic time. They are really awakened now, people, that we are slaves, that they don't care about us, that they just want to take our energy and control us and take our rights away. People can get really awakened, even light workers who do not believe this, that we are living in a matrix where they want to consume our energy and control us with fear and destroy us like their food. So light workers can get awakened to just that. And you know, before maybe wasting time in relationships and like this and in the matrix and all around doing some work that is useless and just depletes you of energy but it gets you money and you could do something else and all the activities. There's this pandemic panic fear that is spread all over the world. You can also see that they control us with fear, and in this fear, many times fear for survival, fear for death, fear of death, and then they can realize, hey, why I'm wasting time in the matrix? Why I'm wasting time in the matrix? When there is no tomorrow, I don't know if tomorrow comes. There's no guarantee. And they can realize, oh my love, all I have is this moment now. And you know, and they use that moment to sincerely, truthfully work on themselves, to release that attachments that they were justifying before because now they hurt. And to really meditate and work on themselves, to integrate their shadow self and to align with the source, because in the alignment with the source, everything what is not aligned with the source has no power over you, and to be happy within you is what they are seeking. They are seeking, like they realize, I have only this moment now, and I'm awakened. I have to use this moment for my own enlightenment, to reach enlightenment. They really sincerely work on themselves and sincerely seek the light and enlightenment. Oh, you see. And because light is shining so much and you only have to ask, a heart only has to choose, and they are sincere now working on themselves. And in isolation, light workers have time to work on themselves, because Buddha spent 20 years in isolation like me, and Jesus also, and all greatest masters, and I also spent my life in isolation since high school until I started to teach. So you see, they can get really awakened. Hey, I have this moment now, and this moment I have to use for my own enlightenment, to release the shadow self, you know, and to be who I am, love, happiness, truth, light in this darkness. I have to release and integrate the darkness. They search for eternal life, and in that moment, you know, they realize that they have only this moment and they are absorbed in that moment now. And then they can realize, the realization can come that the moment is eternal and death doesn't exist, and you are that eternal life yourself, the moment now, and that doesn't exist. And they can reach enlightenment. They can become as Buddha, fully present now, here in the moment, love with no guilt, with no fear, with no question and doubt, not knowing anything, but with no question and doubt, being the truth. Aligned with the source that I am, they are the source that I am, and in their full divine power. So this is the greatest time. And in this way, light workers are forced not to fool around, not to deceive themselves, not to take this ascension just like some entertainment TV show in the evening, but really take it as a prime directive of their work, of their life. Because we have only this moment now, and if we waste this incarnation, who knows what next life comes? Now you have this life, you only have one life, this life now. You have many lives, but this life you have only one. And if you use it, you can reach enlightenment in this life. So you see, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And it appears like greatest darkness, but from the source perspective, from the highest perspective, just this is needed. Just this is needed for light workers to wake the fuck up and stop deceiving themselves and do the spiritual work sincerely from the heart, so the greatest masters can arise in greatest numbers, in greatest divine power, in greatest brightest light, to shine the brightest light in this darkness, the sun rays of the morning sun that is rising in this darkness. And to do the greatest thing, to bring heaven on earth, the heavenly kingdom within you. They have to work sincerely on themselves so they can heal the heavenly kingdom within you. You know, within themselves. There's no fooling around, there's no deceiving yourself, there's no pretending and, okay, I can keep this. No, attachments hurts, and they just know I have to get free or I will suffer. Until life changes. Like you are eating poorly, maybe you want to quit meat, and it will be good because meat is causing you panic and fear, because animals died in panic and fear, and is lowering your vibration. It's suffering. People can in this time realize I have to eat good, I have to drink good, I have to take care of myself, I have to exercise, so I have strong immune system, and I'm healthy, and I'm antidote to everything what is not aligned with the antidote, with alignment with the source. I'm the antidote to everything what is not aligned with the source. People can really wake up, or light workers can really wake up. Start do that changes, eating well, eating fruits, vegetables, superfoods, drinking pure water, exercising, meditating, doing yoga, taking care for their health. It can awaken us that we are not taking care for our health enough, and now in this pandemic panic they can start taking care for their health. So this is the grandest time. It is not the end of the world, but end of the matrix. And in the end of the matrix, it is the grand awakening of grandest masters to do here the greatest things, to bring heaven on earth. And it serves just for that. For matrix had to stop, so you stop wasting time in the matrix. And you realize that fear need to be spread all over the world, that you realize all you have is this moment now, and use this moment now to realize the moment now, eternal life that you are. And you reach enlightenment, and you rise as greatest master on earth to do greatest thing, to bring heaven on earth from your heart. Yeah. So you see, heavenly kingdom is within you. It's not end of the world, but it's the beginning. The new world, the heavenly kingdom within you. And like you see, as the matrix collapses in itself, out of the matrix, out of death of the matrix, greatest master rise out of death in greatest numbers to do greatest thing, to bring heaven on earth from their heart, in the true alignment with the source. All of them same as Jesus Christ, aligned with the source, same as Buddha, aligned with the source, with no question and doubt, being the truth in all divine power. And they are so afraid of you, because they know that as I rise, my eye, your eye, our eye, one God that I am. Human being, you know yourself, you are Buddha, you are God. And in the presence of the source, that is being, the self, in knowing and being. All what is not aligned with the source, all the darkness separated from the light, is transmuted and returned back to the light. And they know your power. And they are so afraid that all the fear that they have, they're spreading all over the world to take your power away with fear. Because fear has no power and darkness has no power. And fear is the only illusion that makes you afraid and go in separation from yourself. In fear, you give your power away in separation from yourself, and the powers, illusions that have no power, have power over you. This is how it is. You know. And they are so afraid because just look, one being like Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, they changed the course of entire humanity in just one enlightened being. Just one master. But now, millions of masters are rising in this world. Not only 444,000, but millions of masters are rising in this world. And everybody can awaken to who we really are, source that I am, in our unique and authentic form. There's no other. You know. And if one being like Jesus and Krishna and Buddha changed the course of entire humanity, then what thousands, millions can do? And that's why they're so afraid. But the divine matter is not supporting the darkness. It is not to take your light away. It is not to take your power away and take you in the darkness. It is backfiring. It is just empowering you with the light, with the power, divine power, and with the truth. And you can see the darkness, the fear on the light. It's not real. So it's backfiring. Whatever they do is backfiring 12-fold upon them, back at them. You know. That's why have no fear, but love now. Focus on good news. Work on yourself sincerely. Use this time, isolation, to work on yourself, to meditate, to integrate your shadows, to go within, to eat well, to exercise well. And have no fear. Work on the alignment with the source always in your being, because with the alignment with the source, you are the antidote to everything what is not aligned with the source. And they are so afraid with you because just one enlightened being changes the course of entire humanity. So what thousands and millions can do? Only bring heaven on earth, do greatest thing that was ever done, to bring heaven on earth. I give you my word, for I am you. And nobody's coming to save us. We are the ones that we are waiting for. And this pandemic panic, just serves to really push masters to sincerely, truthfully do the work from their heart, so we can rise in greatest numbers as the rising sun, rays of the rising sun, bring light into this darkness. Bring the morning, heaven to earth, after the dark night, in mysterious ways. This grand panic pandemic serves as grand awakening of greatest masters to do greatest things, to bring heaven on earth, and that greatest masters are you and me. So let us rise. As I rise, they fall. Eye of humanity, my eye, your eye, one eye, that I am from one heart, your heart, our heart, in one love. That's how it is. And this is what I want to bring you today, what I want to tell you today, because we are in this together. And this is not the end, regardless the weather, the bad weather has to pass. The heavenly kingdom is within you, the true reality. And heavenly kingdom comes from within you. This is the old manifestation that has to pass in old energies, in panic and fear and enslavement. But the new world, the new earth is within you. So you have to work on yourself sincerely to release the false self-separation from self, that guilt, that fear, that attachments, that conditions, resistance, control. So you are in alignment with the source. You know, and you are pure and unique, authentic expression of the source in full being and full knowing. So never be afraid. They are afraid of you. And it just serves as your grand awakening, as your grand rising out of darkness that you were never. It's a catalyst for greatest masters to rise, to do greatest thing in greatest number, bring heaven on earth, and this greatest masters is you. So have no fear, but love now. You are now here. Work on yourself, sincerely, truthfully. Light is shining, empowering you, so you can rise as greatest master on earth to do greatest thing. Bring heaven on earth from the heaven, the kingdom within you. The true world, new world. We are one in our one heart, in my chest, your chest, our chest, in one eye, that I am seeing you, that I am seeing me, that I am you. And that's why I give you my word. So you should love now and have no fear, because love, you are now here, and we are in this love together. Regardless the weather, the heavenly kingdom is within us, and heavenly kingdom comes from within us in this world. Thank you for the presence of your magnificent divinity in this game. Just for that, for you are here to bring heaven on earth and do the greatest thing ever. Thank you. Glorifications to you. And if you love the art of the word that I am, if art of the word that I am inspires you and motivates you, but most if your heart wants to share a donation with me in your joy, do know you're so welcome. Without you there'll be no art of the word that I am. Thank you from the heart. I could not be more grateful. You helped me to be in this world, so I can assist others to get free of this world. And if there's any blessing in my heart, let it all come to you. In giving we receive, but I receive and accept only what is given from your heart. That's love. But for every single donation that comes to me, it's a gift. It's support for the work that helps you, for the blessing you received. Don't bless me, but receive the blessings. But the donation that you give me is a blessing I require to bless people in this world. I'm so grateful, so much. But I don't remain in debt with you. I want to give you something, and what I give is in silence of my mind. I won't talk to you, I won't guide you, I won't say anything. But I will do quantum white light source healing on you. Profound. I take my energy, I take my time, and I'm very clairsentient. It's quantum white light source healing, not Reiki. You don't need an appointment with quantum healing. You don't need to stand still. You don't need to know anything and do anything. You just have my word that for every single donation, I'm very clairsentient. I connect with your PayPal name, I connect with your being, I feel you, and I do profound healing energy work, the best that I can on you. I fill you up, I purify, balance what need to be balanced. I little bit purify, not little bit, but much purify your energies, clear out what need to be cleared out. I ground you and fill you up with white light. I cover you with diamonds, because I'm so grateful, and you've given me a gift, and I want to give you my best energy, but I won't say anything. For I cannot heal you anyway, just that I cannot teach you anything. I can only teach, and whatever you get out of my teachings is up to you. It's the answer within you. Same as when I do healing on you. I just give you my word. For every donation I do healing on you. Even more if donation is bigger, and sometimes even more. I'm a generous guy with my energy, but what I don't want to give, I don't want to give. I don't want to guide in comments and chat in messengers and all this. But you have my word. I will do the best healing on you. But I cannot heal you. I can do only the best energy work on you and give you my best energy. You know. And what you do with it is up to you. If you don't sincerely work on yourself, if you are attached and you have conditions and you are in resistance and you resist and you waste time in a matrix, in bad news, nobody can heal you, nobody can save you. You suffer in third dimension, you choose so. But if you choose to do sincerely, work on yourself, to integrate your shadow, to Let go of your attachments, of your resistance, of your control, to heal that guilt and fear, to focus on good news, to sincerely meditate and work on yourself and do the changes. You heal yourself, you save yourself. And in that way, my energy healing on you assists you in you saving yourself and healing yourself in the most way. And you have my word that I do healing on everyone whoever offers me a donation. Thank you from the heart. And everyone whoever loves, likes, loves, I love your love energy, all the hearts, all the love. Thank you, and thank you for the presence of your magnificence, divine magnificence in this game. Thank you for your love. And may art of the word that I am revealed to everyone the answers within you, and may you be that answer, may you follow your heart. I don't have your answer, but I'm so grateful for your love. Welcome, your love, welcome. Complementary love, welcome. Thank you, and everybody be blessed. Everybody love now. Sincerely do work on yourself, for this is the time that greatest masters can rise in greatest number and do greatest thing, bring heaven and earth. And that master is you. I give you my word. Thank you for playing this game. Now do it right and rise in your heavenly glory. Time is now, for the heavenly kingdom is within you. I give you my word. Poor Namaste.